Hello everybody, my name is Zool, and welcome to another episode of Modding Fallout New Vegas using Mod Organizer. In today's episode, we're going to be looking at interiors, specifically locations and lighting. That's right, I'm going to get right into explaining the mods we're using. The first set of mods is going to be improving interior locations, giving you more places to explore in the wastelands. The mod we're going to be using to achieve that is twofold. First off, we have New Vegas Interiors, a great mod that adds a bunch of little places for you to investigate in the wasteland. It can add just a small little shack for you to go investigate and a couple of other little buildings with just some charm and some vendors in there. It's a great mod and it fits really well in the game with some of the immersion tweaks we're going to be doing. There is another mod we're adding which adds a heck of a lot more content, but it's not everyone's cup of tea. That mod is a World of Pain. And if I could describe a World of Pain in one sentence, it would be this: dungeon crawling is awesome. A World of Pain adds over 100 locations filled with enemies and loot, from small tiny little gas stations to huge complex sewers and derelict factories. It basically adds several days of gameplay. It can almost double the amount of time you're wandering around, and it always keeps things fresh. Now, not everybody likes it because it does add some unvoiced NPCs to the game, but don't worry, I will cover how to install the rest of this guide without a World of Pain if you do not like it, but I seriously recommend giving it a chance. It's great, and yeah, the dungeon crawling's awesome. We're also going to be adding some things that improve lighting. So by default in the vanilla game, the interior lighting isn't the best. You can probably tell on screen right now there's a light switch. That's not part of the game normally. Normally in the game, lights don't really emanate from anywhere. This is a vanilla scene in a hallway here. And this is what it would look like if there wasn't a light coming from nothing. So this mod is going to do a couple of things. It's going to make sure that all lights come from a light source. So a hallway with no lights would look like this. But it also adds light switches into a lot of locations which allow you to toggle the lights on and off, and those lights will come from light bulbs. You'll be able to see that shortly here in this clip. If I just go over here, click on the light switch, and then look back, boom! The light is emanating from the light bulbs. It makes everything inside look a lot better. Not every light switch works, obviously, and not every location is going to be as easy to see, but we installed the flashlight mod earlier in this guide, so it's not something I'm super worried about. Anyway, that's pretty much it for the covering of these mods. I think we also are going to throw in one mod that just makes the manhole covers look good too, so I'll throw that up on screen really quick. That's the change. Anyway, let's get over to the installation. Okay, it is time for the downloading portion of the video. Now, before we go any further, I know some people don't like a World of Pain, they see it on the screen and they might be sighing. Don't worry, I will talk about how you can do all of this without a World of Pain later on in the video. For now, this is going to assume you have a World of Pain installed. First thing we're going to do is go over to the file section for a World of Pain, and we are going to need to download a bunch of different files. We need to download the main file with Manager, the Dead Money main file with Manager. We need to download the compatibility patches, the optional plugins, and the weapon mod patches. All of the main files and all of the optional files. You do not need anything from the miscellaneous files, so don't worry about it. Next up, we're going to go ahead and download the NV Interiors project. This is a great mod too, but we're going to need to do a little work to get it running with a World of Pain. To start off with, we need to grab the NV Interiors core file. After that, we need to actually scroll down into the optional files section. From here, we're going to grab the NCM NV Interiors compatibility patch, medium, because we're using the medium version of NCM's texture pack. Download that there. If you keep scrolling down a little bit more, you'll see a bunch of different little patches. What we need to do is find the patch that is labeled New Vegas Interiors Combo A World of Pain. So that's this one right here. Download this one with Manager. Finally, we need to go to the miscellaneous section and we need to download the New Vegas Interiors Combo A World of Pain Tweaks DLC. Go ahead and download this file with Manager as well. We can also download the New Vegas Interior Project A Room with a View. This one's really simple though. All you need to do is grab the main file with your Manager. We can also grab this No More Giant Manhole Covers mod because finally we need to install the interior lighting overhaul. If you go over to the file section of this mod, you will notice that there's a main file and an optional file. We actually just need to grab the optional file, as that is the mod organizer one, but we cannot download it with Manager. We need to go ahead and use a manual download for this file. If you ever get this message, I would highly recommend considering donating to the mod authors. They do good work. Click continue with my download after you've done that, and you will begin downloading that file as well. Drag it to your desktop so we can get to work on installing that at a later time. Okay, it is installation time, and we're going to start off by installing a World of Pain. This process is a little complicated, so watch a little bit closely. We're going to start off with a World of Pain version 5.4. Double click on this and it will immediately pop over here with nothing coming up. Don't worry about that, it'll be perfectly fine. Next up, a World of Pain Dead Money. This is going to require you to hit manual and set the data directory. Once you've done that, you can go ahead and hit OK. It's going to ask you if you'd like to merge. Go ahead and click that merge button. Next, we're going to go into the optional plugins section. This is going to launch a scripted installer. Now, we're going to be making things low loot and low human NPCs, and we're going to be doing this because a World of Pain can be really overpowered if you don't do this, and I find it makes the game less fun. But we're not going to select anything in the loot section. We're actually going to scroll down to the human NPCs and mouse over the low loot NPCs option here. As you can see from the text, this is a merger of the low NPCs patch and all the low loot patches into a single option. So select that, and we're just going to leave the robots here. However, if you do have performance issues, you can go ahead and select low robots. I'm going to leave it as none, but if you have problems, check off that one. Then hit the install button. It's going to ask you if you'd like to merge. Go ahead and say yes. Next up is the weapon mod patches. This is going to require you to check off EVE and WMX, as those are the weapon mods that we have installed. Hitting next, it will ask you to make sure that you have both EVE, WMX, and the compatibility patches, which we have already gone ahead and done if you followed the rest of the guide. So go ahead and hit next. It's going to ask you which version of EVE we downloaded. We downloaded EVE with all the DLCs. The version of WMX we downloaded was the merged version. So we're going to go ahead and grab that, and then hit the install button. It's going to ask you if you'd like to merge. Click yes. Now it's time to install New Vegas Interiors. We're going to start off with New Vegas Interiors Core. This file requires you to hit manual and set the data directory. Once you've done that, hit OK and it will begin extracting the file. From there, we're going to quickly move on to the next step, which is installing the New Vegas Interiors Combo A World of Pain patch. Manual, set data directory, you should know how it goes by now. Then go ahead and hit OK. It's going to ask you if you'd like to merge. Go ahead and hit merge. If we scroll down a little bit further, we will now have to install the New Vegas Interiors Combo A World of Pain Tweaks DLC file. Again, this order that this downloaded in is very annoying. But go ahead and hit manual, set the data directory, and merge that in with the rest of it. And this will get all the DLC tweaks working fine for you. We should also go ahead and install the NCM Texture Pack compatibility patch. This can also be thrown in with the main file. So go ahead and hit OK, and then hit merge. We also need to install New Vegas Interiors A Room with a View. To do this, double click on the file and hit manual, setting the data directory where appropriate, then clicking OK. This file will need to be loaded below the two files that we already have loaded up. We also need to go ahead and install the No More Giant Manhole Covers mods, so just double click on this wherever it downloaded for you and hit OK. This file's real simple to install. Once it's done, we can head back to our desktop because we're going to need to go ahead and extract the interior lighting overhaul mod organizer version using 7-zip. You can just right click right there, it'll extract into a folder. Once it's been opened into a folder, launch Mod Organizer back up and click the Install Mod button to install the mod manually. Scroll down until you find the folder you created, and then inside the folder will be a folder that contains the interior lighting overhaul.fomod. This is the file that you need to select and hit open for, and it will give you a scripted installer right away. Once the scripted installer has launched, you're going to need to select the following options. Make sure Ultimate Edition is checked off, then hit Next. From here, leave Lucky 38 Suite checked off and go Next again. In the mod support option, you want to make sure A World of Pain, New Vegas Bounties 1 and 2, Envy Interiors Combo Edition, A World of Pain, and the Envy Willow are all checked off. From here, hit Next, and you're going to need to make sure that the Yukachaki unofficial patch is selected. If you're, for example, using Project Reality or any of these other weather mods, you may need to use the compatibility patches for those. However, I am not using those in this guide, but just keep that in mind. After that, hit Install. It'll install and you can finally check this off. Some people may be looking down at that time bar thinking, oh gee, he doesn't have a lot of time to cover the World of Pain free install he promised, and they're right. This video is running long enough, so I decided to cut that and put it into its own separate video. Kind of a B series, as it will be. So if this is video 8, there'll be an 8B, which will be a World of Pain free. Don't worry, the rest of the guide is going to continue. I'll just break it off into these 2 streams and join them back up together when everything's good. So check the description for that, and you can continue on like nothing happened. Thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video as much as I enjoyed making it. If you're wondering what to watch next, I have provided 2 videos for you. You can click them right here. Get subscribed by clicking on that circle icon and subscribing to my channel, and please follow myself and Shoelace on the social medias that you see above. Thank you, and have an excellent day.